You're now listening to the Michigan Motormouth Podcast, where running your mouth and sports are married together for an absolute dumpster fire of a production. This is your one-stop shop for all sports topics in the state of Michigan, minus that team up north. Go Blue. Without further ado, let's get this shit show started. Welcome to the Michigan Motormouth Podcast.
Let's go. We are back. Episode 4, man. Episode 4, doing it big.
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
everybody that's been tuning in, checking us out. We're getting a lot of views on YouTube. That seems to be our number one driver. So let's say I think people are liking the video side of it. But man, we just appreciate y'all. We're just having fun.
It. Every week we're growing, so we appreciate it.
Trying to. I mean, that's always the goal, right? So yeah, it wasn't a fantastic week in the Michigan football and the Detroit Lions. It wasn't great, man.
Rough weekend. I don't know where you want to start, but definitely Michigan again.
Yeah,
not covering the spread.
Yeah,
once again.
We can jump right into Michigan because it's 31-6 final score.
31-6.
It was one of those games, man. It was terrible. It wasn't good. It was 14-6 at halftime. We gave up 2 field goals. It was just an all-around bad game, I thought. There was a lot of things that, I don't know, man. Of course, you know, it's when you're trying to make a run, there's always those games where you got to have a slip up. You're going to have a crappy game. You don't expect it against a team like Bowling Green.
No.
You do not expect that in that game. There was so many different areas that we could dive into on this game where it was tough, man. JJ struggled. He went 8 for 13, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. Just didn't look confident. Was making the wrong reads. There was one
just throwing it up there just to see if we got a guy that can make a play, and just like right on the sideline interception. He was just, I don't know what he was doing, but definitely not throwing ill-advised passes that he shouldn't be doing.
No.
Definitely.
It wasn't a great performance. And like I said, he was just bad reads. I seen one play they broke it down on Big Ten Network, which amazing. I'm usually not a fan of the Big Ten Network, but it's not because I'm biased either because of Jake Butt being an ex-Michigan tight end. But that boy could call a game. I like listening to Jake Butt call a game. He was just real, calling out Michigan left and right. Wasn't being the homer that you see most of these guys that do like a homer commentary where it's like, okay, man, you can just please stop stroking them that much. It's not that great. Like he was just calling them out. But there was one play he broke down where like they spread the field out and JJ tried to force the ball down the middle and they zoomed out and Roman Wilson's just wide open running out. Just wide open. It didn't look good. I mean, you know, Blake had a pretty good game. He had 12 carries for 101, 2 touchdowns. Donovan Edwards he had 50 yards off 9 carries. A couple other guys got in. Yeah, it wasn't good, man. I think what I took out of that, I'm not worried. Don't get me wrong. Like, is it
worrisome a little bit, but we still got improvements to do.
We still got a lot to work on. We still have quite a few injuries on the defensive side of the ball. We're still hoping for those guys to come back. I'm not worried about JJ. Was it a god-awful game for him? Yes, 100%. It was not good. He found a way to complete some passes and score when we needed it to him in the second half. Had a big third quarter, so we needed that out of him to get that. I mean, if you want to call it a cushion against Bowling Green. But I think the most disappointing thing for me was they dominated us on time of possession. So time of possession, I thought I heard, they had 36 minutes and 24 seconds. We had it for 23 minutes and 36 seconds. the defense could not find a way to get them off the field.
Off the field, no.
It was crazy, man. I just didn't understand it. Like, that wasn't the prototypical defense that we thought. And granted, like we just talked about, we got a lot of guys that are out on injury. Will Johnson, Moore in the safety. Some strong positions that we need on that defense, but to me, that's not acceptable even if they're not there. We're 40-point favorites.
We should have steamrolled these guys, but again, hey, we just got to clear our heads, like when you're a pitcher, you give up a home run. Hey, just kind of clear your head a little bit and
do your thing.
Just do your thing. You know what you're good at.
Right, exactly. And we know the strong suits on the team. And I wonder how much of that is actually not having coach there. Like these kids, they didn't come to a major university to play for anybody else but Coach Harbaugh. So I wonder what that brings to the table this week. We got Rutgers at noon. Yeah, man, I'm curious to see what this team looks like with him back. I think I think we missed them. 100% missed them. It's just the way he is, motivator type thing. You know what I mean? So I'll be curious to see how good they look with him back.
I agree.
God, that shit was terrible. It wasn't great.
Yeah, like I said, just one to look back. Don't look back about don't look
right.
Twice.
Don't hang your head.
Yeah. And just move forward and just say, hey, all right, we got a W. Right. I mean, like the passes were like one was tipped and intercepted, one was just like him rolling out. Like those were all avoidable. So I'm not gonna say like, all right, he was just throwing like some crazy stuff and just throwing it. It was just him just like trying to make a play and just extending something, and it just didn't go. It just didn't go the way. So 3 picks could have been a touchdown, and
game.
It could have been 4 touchdowns and a 0 interception game if those didn't kind of fall those ways, and we wouldn't have been talking about it. But
right. Yeah, and like I said, there was no worry button inside of me that went off. There was no like, oh my God, this is what we're about to do. So I'm not, we got through it unscathed, 3 wins.
A win is a win, right?
Hey, W is a W, especially when it comes to football. Exactly. The game matters, and as long as you get that W, I'm ready for Coach to be back. I can't wait to see Coach back. See him on that sideline calling the game. So it's Rutgers. So then we'll jump into I don't even want to do it because
I know
there was so much. Let me see if I can get this.
Man, hyped over. Detroit was too hyped maybe for this game. And
man, I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? Like
it hurt, man. It hurt.
It was a great game. I think I don't even know where to start with this one. I think that Jared Goff, 28-35, 323 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jared Goff day, balled out.
He looks balled out. He looks beautiful. Like you can't ask for anything else from a quarterback, dude. If you looked at this line every single day, you'll be like, dude, this guy is one of the top 5, 10 quarterbacks in the league. So
in the league,
line,
I thought he balled out. Montgomery had 16 carries, 67 yards on the touchdown. Yep. Unfortunately, he got hurt, so it looks like he's going to be out this week.
Gibbs show. It's the Gibbs show.
Yeah, I'm ready to see him. I'm ready to see him run loose. I'm just
let him loose, man.
I feel
like they're caging him up a little bit. And like,
hey, this is the league, man. Don't feed them to the wolves now.
I know.
This
you gotta say Gibbs looked good on that receiving though, man. He had like almost 10 targets, I think, 7 receptions. He ain't do much with them, but
7 catches, 39 yards.
Targets as a running back. That's
crazy.
That's great. So,
yeah. And I mean, he's gonna get his chance this weekend. To see what he could do. We got the Falcons at the crib. Let's see what he could do.
20 touches, maybe 15, maybe split them up between Raymond and Reynolds ran a couple extra.
Yeah, Craig Reynolds. Khalif
Yeah.
Raymond had one. We got Craig Reynolds. I'm trying to who they just signed somebody. I think he gets about 10 to 15 carries this week. Nothing crazy. I think they'll spread the ball out a little more with Montgomery being out. Obviously, we have to establish the run game.
Yeah.
You have to in the NFL. I'm curious to see what he does. The most disappointing thing about the game was our secondary gave up 328 yards, and Geno Smith threw the ball 41 times, 32 for 41.
So when I say we thought our defense was going to be our strong suit, we're looking susceptible, to a lot of stuff. And
I don't want to you can't hit the panic button this quick.
No, definitely.
Game two. I love what Dan Campbell said this week about somebody asked him about the game and like the hype and all that afterwards, and he just kind of like had the shit-eating grin and laughed and was like, no, I love this. This is the best part about it. He's like, the honeymoon's over. Now we get back to work. Like, you know exactly. What I mean? Now that that's over with, the hype is done. Let's get back to work and let's do what we do best.
Exactly.
So I thought he killed it with that. That was awesome just to hear him. It's way too much football left to be hitting a panic button.
No,
yes, you got to see that defense tighten up. I mean,
definitely. They can't get us. I haven't even think they put a finger on the quarterback in 2 games almost. Man, it's been terrible, man. Can't even. Let's get a sack or 2, but man, it's been rough. It's been rough. We putting pressure on them, but definitely not bringing them down. Home. Not bringing them down. And Aiden
looks good with his pressures. He's not getting there. He's got to figure out. He's got to get there. He's got to make something happen. Yeah. James Houston being out hurt. Man. That hurts. Man. But somebody else has got to step up. Yeah. He's gone for a while. Another huge loss in that secondary. Gardner Johnson, man, that is not what we wanted to hear this week. No. Hoping he can be back this year, but
maybe a playoff push to help us out. He's just gonna have to be he's gonna be our Aaron Rodgers. Is just gonna be our our token injured player that kind of hypes up.
Can we talk about something real quick? Why you keep talking about Aaron Rodgers when we talk about our damn Lions? That's 2 in a row. That's 2 in a row.
I don't even like Aaron Rodgers like that.
I know, if we talk about the Lions, you talking about Aaron Rodgers. No, man, you got 32 quarterbacks in the NFL. You want to talk about Aaron Rodgers 2 episodes in a row. So back to that, the 6 to 8 weeks for Houston, and then I read something today that they hope that Charner Gauncey or whatever Chauncey, the 37-foot long name, comes back this season. But I can't even think about that, right? Because like if he does come back, awesome, we'll take him. Mm-hmm. But it's not, it's we got to worry about it. I don't want to talk about.
We got to move forward, and hey, Brian Branch stepped up, and we know what you can do. We seen it.
Yep.
Hey, now you got to do more full-time role. Hey, you're gonna be on the field. This is your rookie season. Show up. You already got a pick 6. You know how to guard. You're doing very well for yourself already. In the league. So, hey, you just got to step up. You're the next man up, and
we talked about episode 1. Brian Branch running Tracy Walker's spot. Guess what?
Yeah.
T-Walk. Here you go.
He's
going to get some major playing time this week.
Yeah.
They'll be rotating between him and Brian Branch, which is great because that was never a knock on Tracy Walker. Tracy Walker is a dog. I love Tracy Walker's game. I just think Brian Branch brings a different, I think you call them the Swiss Army knife. Just can do everything. So he brings a different aspect to the game, but I'm excited that Tracy Walker will get to see him play a little bit. Obviously, you want CJ back there and over everything, but that's okay. The next man up, who is that's the way they built this team.
Yeah,
that's the way Dan Campbell does it. It's next man up. We all have grit. We all have that grind. He said he drafts by the individual and who they are. So
exactly. Exactly.
It'll
But
be
we got
interesting.
we got a good game.
You said we got Atlanta. Ain't you going down there?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there this Sunday, so it's gonna be interesting. Get to see a little
Bijan.
Bijan. So it'll be fun.
Man, Bijan went off last week. Drake London went off last week.
About time.
They got Kyle Pitts. This could be another shootout game. If you look at, 650 yards of passing between Goff and Geno Smith last week. So this could be another game like that. I think Atlanta runs the ball a little bit more, but they're starting to spread it out because Bijan's got them hands just like Gibbs. Like you can use him all 3 downs. Yeah,
exactly. No, Atlanta's defense is gonna be nice. Their offenses are struggling with their quarterback play, but they don't when they got Algier and Bijan in the backfield. All you got to do is run the ball and just get the open targets on the field. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game. I think it's gonna be tight, but I think I got Lions, baby. I got Lions by at least 10.
Man, I told you I don't. Yeah, you said double digits last week. I'd be keeping track. He said double digits last week by 10 this week. Can we just get a dub? That's why I don't bet on the Lions because they ruin my weekend. I'm so sick of the Lions ruin my fantasy weekend.
I know. Man.
So I can't even. I'm not even going to pick that one. That's why it's never. Hey, that's why you'll never see on our picks Michigan or Detroit. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I know. I got the pleasure of picking the games. You know what? Them two ain't gonna make it. But it's cool.
Do you think?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, do you think? What do you think about Amon-Ra St. Brown? Do you think he's actually gonna start this week, or do you think we're gonna go into Atlanta? We're gonna go into the Atlanta game with kind of a
depleted roster.
A depleted roster, man.
Yeah. I haven't read anything in the last couple of days about his injury and what he's looking like. I know he's questionable. I know from the work that he puts in to preserve his body and the workouts he does to prevent injuries and not just get swole. It's going to be hard for them to tell him he can't play in some way, shape, or form. Even if he's, St. Brown at 65%. You still got to respect them on the field.
Yeah, it's 95% better than everybody else. Exactly.
So you put them out there at 70%, 65%, they're not just going to be like, they don't know, you know what I mean? So it's not like, oh, well, yeah, don't even worry about him. He's good. No, you have to respect that man.
No, definitely.
Because if he gets loose, he's gone. But, I think it'll be one of the, damn, did I just spit it out? Player spit it. Golly. Today. I think it'll be one of those game time decision type things with St. Brown. I mean, we need him. I mean, let's be truthful. We need him. We spread the ball out quite a bit this past week, so I mean, we don't.
No, I agree.
I think we'll be fine. But you're talking about 6 catches, 102 yards. That's not chump change right there. That's not them isn't pocket quarters sitting in there. That's the real deal right there.
I know.
Josh Reynolds had 5 for 66.
And him and Golf are connected real good, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they look good. And how about Laporta? For a rookie.
He's been I'm thinking I've seen that some stat he had the most receptions in the first 2 games for a tight end or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's definitely getting the ball. I mean, hey, you can't be mad at 5-6 receptions, 50-60 yards a game from a rookie tight end. So
second game in, he had 6 targets, 5 catches, 63 yards, 12 and a half a catch. I mean, that's impressive.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, and I love they were showing some replays on that. My man's blocking game is so sick. Like,
big boy.
And it's so funny when we took him, everybody was like, already? Like, what we took Laporta? Like, are you kidding me? Even I was like, I know he's good. I know he was going to be like this good. I had no clue. Yeah, I love that pick, man. It's just that defense has got to tighten it up. The offense looks fine. Not too worried about the offense. I mean, I'm worried with Montgomery being out because that's our dog. That's our get it done. I'm gonna hit you in the mouth. But I'd rather have him for the late season push, heal up. Let's see what Gibbs can do. Don't overdo it. Let Reynolds, Craig Reynolds is good. That dude is quick, shifty. So I think we'll be fine there. And we got the best O-line in the country. So it really don't matter who wants to run them. You literally go in the locker room and be like, hey, who feels like running the ball today? You good? All right, let's try it. We'll give you 2 carries. See what you got. You're going to get a couple yards. So, I mean, that offensive line is a beast.
Definitely.
So we'll see what happens. We got Atlanta home. I think that's what, a 1 o'clock kickoff?
Yep, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
Perfect, man. Sunday and Saturday, both early kicks.
Make sure
I'm happy about it.
Y'all get there early. Bring the Villainax again. We gonna represent this time.
I'm not even. You should have. And my boy was talking about that online. We should have saved the villain match for like Oakland or something on Monday night. We just came out game 2 so thuggish with the villain match. But I don't even. As I'm talking crap about it, you know what I was doing last week? We was hyping it up. We got the villain. Be mask all over in that bitch. I can't wait. Now I'm talking about we should have saved the match. I don't even know. I'm here contradicting my damn self. That don't even make sense.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was funny when I seen the Seahawks players wearing the mask in their locker room.
Game,
I was like,
okay.
Okay,
yeah, you got me. You got me. It's like both arms. Keep it at my house.
Yeah.
So then we'll jump into our ending of the show. Let's ain't really the ending. We got a little bit to talk about, man. So week 1. We came back with the picks. Your boy over here went 3-3. We'll go 500 to start out with our first week of picks. My dog of the week didn't hit. We both took Cleveland. Cleveland is awful.
Yes.
They're terrible. I don't even know what the hell I was thinking.
Deshaun Watson. It's not him. He is not him, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know. Is that he needs that massage pre-game that he's just slipping up his whole game, or?
All righty then.
Yeah,
I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, he wasn't there. I'll tell you that.
I know he definitely was.
But yeah, Lou, let's the picks, man. He started on 1-5 this first week of picks. Player 1-5 is that's you got anything to anything you want to address on your first week of basically closing your eyes and throwing darts in the dark?
So I have to say, if y'all faded me, I would have made y'all a lot of money. If y'all faded me.
I'm sorry,
but
this dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This week, I'm sweeping the board.
Come on, man. Did you at least give them the real? Don't you just out here feeding them a line of shit every time, nah?
Put $10 on the parlay. Let me know what you get.
Oh, that's what we're talking about. So you just winging it on these picks. So this week we got 3 college games, 2 NFL games, and then we both got our dogs of the week again. First game, I got to get this one out the way just because it boils my blood. I've never in my life. You ever seen the Batman when Bane comes out and the whole field just caves in, and everybody disappeared? Hines Ward. This is a game where I wish Bane was real and like he came out and all of a sudden people just disappeared, and then it ended in a loss for both teams. First game we got it's the first huge game of the year. I mean, besides Bama Texas last week, but Bama looks.
This is gonna tell whether they're real.
Both teams are trash
or not.
That's it. I hope Bane shows up and that field disappears down there in Touchdown Jesus. Only school to ever had somebody cry on national television about a fake girlfriend dying. Come on, man. Rudy sucked. Rudy was terrible. Great movie, y'all. Great movie. I like the story. It'll get you hyped. Guess what? Rudy had 1.5 tackles in 5 years of school. Rudy was awful. Why don't you find somebody worth it?
Trash.
Yeah, trash. Trash was being nice, but I appreciate the story, Rudy, down there flipping burgers probably right now. Anyway, So we picked Ohio, the armpit of America versus Manti Te'o Notre Dame game. We got Ohio State versus Notre Dame. Line on the game. Last I checked, they're giving Ohio State 3 points. Game time, weather, chance of rain. 71 degrees. Lou, who you riding with? Who you riding with this week? Remember, 1 and 5. Week 1 of the picks. For Turtleneck Lou.
I gotta go with my boys.
Oh man, see the fact that Aaron Rodgers, my boys. I don't even know what the
Notre Dame, because the hell I'm not picking Ohio. I'm taking Notre Dame +3.
Why they got to be your boys?
Because Ohio's not my boys, so it's my boys. Notre Dame.
Like I said, I wish this game would end in a damn tie. I hate both of these. Like if you were to rate how much you hate schools or programs, they is 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
This game is 1 and 2.
1A, 1B.
Legit fighting for first place. I'm also going to take Notre Dame in the 3. I think Ohio State is beyond overrated. They have been getting torched in the air against some subpar team. I shouldn't say torched, but their secondary has been getting a little bit exposed. I think that's a weakness of their defense this year. Their front seven is always dominant, even if they're a terrible team. Ohio State's going to have a dominant front seven. The secondary shaky. Sam Hartman is out here just slanging that boy everywhere for Ohio or for Notre Dame. I think that's a problem for Ohio State. Dude's already got over 1,000 yards and 13 touchdowns, no picks. I'm also with you on that. I'm going to take the +3 in Notre Dame. Yeah, and like I said, maybe I'll take the loss on that if Bain is watching and he decides that he wants to go down there to South Bend and do what I was talking about, but we'll leave that alone. So next game, I'm actually super hyped about this game, man. This is the real deal. This is to see what they're really built.
For sure.
Prime time, Colorado versus Oregon at 3:30. Line on that game, we got
+21. Or I'm sorry, -21 for Oregon.
They're giving Oregon 21 points. Game is at Oregon.
I think that's a disrespectful ass line if I ever seen one for Dion.
Hey,
Colorado, but I mean, Oregon's been putting like damn near 60, 70, 80 points up on the board versus these teams every damn near week. So
they played School of the Deaf and Blind week 1. They won 81-7. They struggled against Texas Tech 38-30, and they beat Hawaii last week 55-10. Who you riding with, Lou?
Man, I am going with the Buffaloes +21. I'm taking Dion. I'm taking Shadur. Shadur, man, he looks amazing out there, man. He's up there with Caleb, and I feel like he's gonna show out a little bit and maybe not win the game, but just show like, hey, I'm here.
I was pulling up the stats real quick. Golly, this is going to be. Look, y'all. If y'all are listening to the show and y'all are gonna listen to anything we talk about, watch this game right here. Oregon is averaging 587 yards per game. To Colorado's averaging 479 a game. 357 passing a game for Oregon, and Colorado is just straight throwing it. That's all they're doing. They are averaging 418 yards a game. So this is going to be an absolute shootout. I posted that TikTok video of Prime just yesterday, I think it was, on our TikTok page. I love Prime, man. I am a believer. I'm a fan through and through.
Man,
I think this is their first slip up. I'm going to take the 21 in Oregon. It is at Oregon. The biggest thing for Colorado is they throw the ball, man. That's all they do. They don't have much of a rush game. They're averaging 61 rush yards a game. Oregon's defense is only giving up 158 pass yards per game. Have they played anybody like this? Not a chance. It's going to be a shootout. But I could see that defense getting a couple stops. I can see them. 21.
But you got to think about it. You got Travis Hunter that's going to be out a few games too, so that's a big key.
Yeah, that's
defense
a huge
and offense,
loss.
Offensive player that you're losing there. That I think that your second wide receiver, and then at least your number one cornerback out there.
He's number one cornerback, arguably in the nation, if you really think about it.
I
think that's a huge loss. I think that's a huge loss for them. I think Shedeur still balls out because my man is the truth. The man, I just pulled that up. Bro, listen to these stats. 107 for 136, 1,251 yards, 10 touchdowns, and only one pick on the year.
That don't make no sense. That's like you playing Madden on rookie mode and
that's
trying to break all the records.
Running that 4 verticals with my man coming to the post, wide open every time. Boom. 4 verticals, Madden. So I'm taking the 21. So that's where we go on here. You got Colorado, I got Oregon. Either way, I think that's going to be a fun ass game to watch, man. That's going to be fun. And then the next one, we had to keep it Big Ten because this is a big matchup. I think it's flying under the radar more than most. We're going to do the Iowa Penn State game this week. It is a night game at Iowa, whiteout, bringing in the Hawkeyes on CBS. Primetime game. It is the line. Where did it go?
It is Iowa
14 and a half.
Penn State minus 14 and a half.
14 and a half. Penn State at the crib. Whiteout night game. Them night games will do something to people. Those are that'll bring some talent out. Some dudes you didn't even know had.
No, definitely. I am taking Iowa plus 15 on this year.
You taking
they're not gonna keep. I'm sorry.
14 and a half.
14 and a half.
15.
So I just feel like just depending on what line you see when I see it. But I just feel like they'll keep it close. Maybe not win the game, but they'll keep it close. So I think that's a big enough line that they'll be able to keep it within that. So,
this is a tough one. This was one of the hardest games I think I had to pick out of all of them. I want to believe in Iowa. I want to support Cade. He's been terrible. He has not been good. Cade McNamara, Iowa's quarterback. I think I'm with you on this. I'm gonna. Oh, no. Wait, you took Iowa. I think I'm rolling Penn State. It's only 14 and a half. I could see them get like a 17-point win at the crib against them. I think Penn State's defense is phenomenal. They got a linebacker, man. They literally are linebacker you. They got a kid on that team that is, I forgot his name, and I hate that I don't have it ready, but he is unreal. I'm going to take the 14 and a half. It's the whiteout. It's 7:30. It's the first whiteout on CBS. Not that matters, but it's a big deal. It's a big game. I'm going to roll with them. Plus, because Cade, sometimes you can't, hold on to some feelings about quarterbacks that you like. He hasn't been good, which, as my uncle would say, dump off Cade. That dude is a professional at dumping off to the running back, and that's all he was good at. I mean, I can't even. I take it back, Cade, man. I apologize. The dude played good when he was here and gave us a lot of fun football to watch. I just don't. He hasn't been good this year at all. That defense is going to be on his ass, man. They are going to be on his ass. It'll be a fun one to watch, though, too. I'm glad that those 3 games are spread out so I can watch all 3. And then we'll jump right into our NFL ones. We are going with the 0-2 battle of the week. We got the Chargers at Minnesota. Both teams 0-2.
Man, what do you think?
Both in really close games. But the line is 1 point. I'm giving Minnesota -1. They don't know who's going to win. That's basically what Vegas tells you if they give you 1 point in a football game. You go ahead and guess, too. We don't know.
Yep. I'm going to just take the Chargers. I just feel like
you're giving up on your boy Jay Jetta?
I just feel like they're just the better team at the moment.
Yeah.
And I feel like, the Vikings aren't needing the Chargers aren't going out trading for anybody like how the Vikings are. They're trying to find pieces. They're trying to find things to fill holes with, and the Vikings are. I'm sorry, the Chargers are. They got their pieces, but they're playing. They're not playing good. They're not playing good. Herbert's not playing. He's not playing what he's supposed to. You got Eckler out, so
for sure. And
got
he's
both sides of
still
the defense.
questionable. Eckler's questionable for the game as of yesterday. They haven't said that's going to be another one that's game time decision, right?
Yeah.
I love that we go against each other on these because it just makes it so much better when you go 1-5 again. I got to take Minnesota. It's at the crib. Do you know who the number one quarterback in the NFL right now is for fantasy?
I know it is Kirk Cousins.
Cousins, man. I don't even want to give him props because he's a Sparty, and I don't even like doing all that. But after watching that show, you told me about that show, the one on Netflix,
quarterbacks. Yeah, man. He was over there looking like Magneto and stuff in the car, trying to make him.
I respect the man. I don't want to root for him because of the Michigan State. But stand up, dude. You can't not root for the guy. And after watching that show, I gained a whole lot of more respect for him.
He puts a lot of work into what he tries to.
He really does, man. That dude has mastered his craft and took it to I'm gonna be the best I can be. I know I'm not the greatest, but I know I'm good. And he's always up there. I think he gets it done. There's nobody in the world that can guard Jay Jetta. They picked up Cam Akers. I don't think he'll play, but yeah, we're gonna go against that one. I like it. And then this is going to be an interesting matchup for our last NFL picks of the day. We got Buffalo at Washington. This is going to be I think it's going to be more interesting than what people think. They're giving Buffalo 6 points at Washington. Who you riding with?
I am on the Sam Howell hype train. I think he's getting up there like with Purdy and a couple of these up and coming quarterbacks that I feel like, first 2 seasons, this is going to be his breakout season. And I think I got Commanders. You said I got +5. What was the line that you got?
I got it right now up. It's -6 Buffalo.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do +6 Commanders. I got them winning the game, though.
You got them winning outright.
Yep.
And covering. And covering is +6. Stupid. If they win, they cover. God damn. I'm going with Josh Allen on this one, man. I think this is going to be – this is hard for me because I feel like it's going to be a field goal game, right? I feel like it's going to be a low-scoring, defensive, punch you in the mouth. But I also think that after these first shaky couple weeks with Josh, I think he does have y'all forgot who I was, man. Y'all ain't going to keep just disrespecting me like this. I'm Josh Allen. I'm the truth. That dude is the truth. He's not cocky like that. I think he gets it done this week. I think they win by at least a touchdown, 7. So I'll take the 6 points in Buffalo. I like that game.
Okay.
So, and then we got our dog of the week. Got to be over 7-point underdogs and pull off the win. We got our dogs of the week. Nobody got it right last week.
Well, hopefully
Turtleneck Lou, who is your dog?
Hopefully we ain't got the same pick, but this is the pick that I'm going to go with.
Come on with it.
It's gonna be the Colts versus the Ravens.
The Colts, and they don't even know if Richardson's playing yet.
Hey,
Colts have been
Richardson or not.
Yeah.
If Richardson plays, I got Colts winning. If they don't, I still got them covering the spread.
No, it ain't. No. The dog of the week means they have to cover and win by what that spread is. That's the whole point of dog of the week. You don't just get the W if they cover the spread. They got to win.
Okay, that's fine.
It wouldn't make it a dog pick if we just doing that.
That's fine. I got the Colts.
You taking them
winning.
All right, bet.
Yep.
Colts.
Yeah.
We did not pick the same.
Okay. Who you got?
We did not pick the same. I got a random ass game that I found that I think a team is playing lights out. There, but I should say lights out. I use these extravagant words like I'm doing something over here when really it's just not that exciting. I apologize, y'all. But it lights out. I'm taking.
You got the house at the school of the blind again versus
Yeah, they got Helen Keller is playing School of the Deaf and Blind. Exactly. It's gonna be funny trying to figure out who won the toss because nobody knows what's going on. So yeah, you gonna get me in trouble for that. The game that I went with is BYU at Kansas. BYU is minus 9.5. I think BYU goes into Kansas and gets the W. BYU has been playing great. I did a little research on that one. That's a 3:30 kickoff on ESPN. BYU's been putting up some points. They've been balling. Their quarterback is playing lights out. Daniels from Kansas is a baller. I just think that BYU, they're in the Big 12 now, so it is a conference game. I think they go into Lawrence and get the W. That's my dog of the week. So you got the Colts winning. I got BYU. We both took Notre Dame, right?
Yep.
You got Colorado. I took Oregon. You took Iowa. I took Penn State. You got the Chargers. I got the Vikings, and then we both we picked different on damn near all of them.
I love it.
So great. That's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
makes
fun,
it
man.
Interesting.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. Episode 4 in the books. We just got so much more to come. Like I said, we're gonna have some guests on very soon. It's looking like next week. We're gonna have some people on with us. We're gonna try to put something fun together there. Man, keep liking, keep sharing, keep giving us your feedback. We appreciate everybody. We got some comments on the Spotify. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes. We appreciate all of you, man. We're having fun with it. I'm sorry that Lou's so bad at the picks. I hope he gets better for some of you guys. At least make it fun. But I'm just gonna swami it up and dominate.
Put my picks in a parlay. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he keeps talking about that parlay, but he's 1-5. I'm 3-3. That's all that matters here. We're gonna have the baby face Lou shaving everything off here. He's gonna have to shave it off, but he's gonna be mathematically out halfway through the season at this rate. So we appreciate y'all, man. We're having fun. We'll be back again next week. Fridays. We'll release on Friday. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. We're across the board, man. Come like our Facebook page as well. We appreciate y'all, man. Go Blue. Episode 5 coming soon. We out of here, man. Thank y'all.
Deuces.